So guys, it finally happened. I took my first L, my first loss in trading, and it hit hard. It was not nice. It does definitely knock your confidence, especially being a beginner. I know obviously the more advanced traders will be thinking, oh well. But I think because I was building my confidence up slowly, to then get hit by this, with a trade that I was so adamant that was going to be go to the downside, play out exactly how I thought. Yeah, it didn't quite play out, and we'll have a look at that in a little bit later on. But yeah, it hit hard. I do think I entered slightly a little bit too early, which if I hadn't and I'd entered when I should have entered, then I probably wouldn't have got into it and saved myself this loss, which is on screen right now. Yeah, not great, but I thought I'd show you so you can see it. But yeah, so it didn't play out great, and I think because last week was just no-go. I was ill, I took the loss, I was tired, just many things, but we carried on, done a little bit more learning, because we've got to keep improving. And I've had a look at the charts over the last couple of days to see anything setting up nicely. I didn't take any other trades last week because I wasn't, not that I had not my confidence not to, but maybe a little bit of that, but also because the ones I was looking at didn't set up perfectly for me, and I think a little bit of patience is what you need. So we'll look at those again, and then also maybe a couple others in a sec. I also had a thought as well, whilst I'm doing this demo account, and whilst it's not my money, and whilst I can practice, I thought about maybe looking at other strategies. Now I know, not necessarily strategies, but like other ways of trading. Now I know that a lot of people will be thinking, oh, you just got to stick to one strategy and keep trying. Now I know that, and I've literally had 4 or 5 trades. 4 have played out, 1 have lost. So I know that I'm not just dropping that strategy because the first one's lost, because I've had my first loss. It's purely so that I can have a look at alternative ways of trading the market to see if there is better ways for myself or the ways that I think are better than the way that I've been doing. Now I know my strategy ain't bulletproof because it's not 100% strategy. I'm mixing things up. So yeah, I've tried to stick to my strategy with this and it's not played out, but I'm not saying that doesn't work. But I do want to have a look at like price action trading, so that, you know, as a way that basically when it's going to an upside, let's just say you've got a higher high, which then comes down to a higher low, and then higher up again to a new higher high, then a new higher low, and then up again. So basically as the market goes up step by step, and trading in those periods when it's come back down to a higher low, and then trading the high up to the next point. It's another possible way of trading the markets. Obviously, I'm not saying that I'm going to switch to that and just do it completely, but it's another thing to look at, another thing to practice whilst I'm using this demo account before I go to before I go to use it or using my own. So I've also looked at that as well, and there's again a couple of trades that I was hoping to take last week but may set up themselves this week. There's definitely one I'm interested in, and we'll take a look at those as well. So yeah, all in all, it was a pretty rubbish week last week. I was being ill and taking my first trade that literally as soon as I put the last video out on Monday last week, I think like straight after it went out, it hit stop loss. And I was going to do a video on it, but I just wasn't feeling myself 100%, which is why there was no tutorial Tuesday as well. So yeah, it wasn't great, but we keep pushing, we keep going, regardless of the fact that I've been tired, ill, took a loss. I still pushed through last week, still done a little bit of education, trying to learn more, watching more videos and looking at the market. So hopefully this week, cross fingers, it plays out how we want it to. Obviously it's risk, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, let's go to the charts and we'll take a look at those trades that we are looking into and the one that took a loss, so we can see and hopefully break down where it's potentially the reason why it's bounced and gone to the upside rather than down to the downside. So we'll break that one down and also the trades that we're looking into. But yes, as for this week, I'm hoping for a better week than last week because I was ill, and this week more learning, start journaling and writing things down throughout the day, so I'm getting an understanding of what I'm doing to try and better myself as well, because this is not just a journey about trading. I'm trying to make myself a better person as well, and you know, whether that's health and fitness, whether that's learning a new skill trading, whether that's just becoming a better person in a roundabout way. It's not just trading, it's, you know, a journey of becoming what I want to be in the future. So yeah, hopefully this week will be more positive and more energy, etc. So yeah, we'll get into the market on TradingView and we will go from there. So here we are back on TradingView as always to break down this pretty horrendous looking trade, which was a loss for me. This is the trade that I took for on Monday, which hit the stop loss. As you can see, I thought this trade was inevitable. We've got a pretty obvious left shoulder, head, right shoulder, head and shoulders, reversal pattern to the downside, and it went the complete opposite way, back up to here. So last week. So yeah, did not plan how I wanted it to. Now my only thought process behind this is that, which I didn't see before, obviously I've noticed this afterwards, is that as it's come down, which it has, it broke through the area of this area of rejection, which is what pushed it back up both times, broke through, and as it's come down, it's actually rejected off this line of rejection, which it has several times before, which I've gone back across and it's done it several times before as well. So yeah, that's my only theory, which I can see, is that it's bounced off this area of rejection and pushed up back up again to, well, God knows. But yeah, if we go down to the 4 hour, I can sort of show you whereabouts I decided to enter the trade, which was horrendous, and I entered it way too early. So yeah, here we are. So it came down, broke through, and then it pushed back up here, and I touched this line, the area we had before, and then started to push down again. I decided to enter it here, where the line is. It was actually Friday I entered it, not Monday, but it was Friday I entered it. So it was actually Friday I entered it. As you can see, I entered it right here, it pushed all the way down. If we go down to like 45 minutes, you can see we had engulfing candlestick. So I entered it on the second candlestick down, because obviously we had this engulfing candlestick here, but I missed it. I missed probably getting it a little bit earlier, but I think I counted this as a retest, which I think is a fair retest. It's come back up, it's touched this area of interest, which it broke through previously, and started to push back down again with the engulfing candlestick. So yeah, I thought I was entering what was now to be a push down after touching this and engulfing candlestick to the downside. It then has rejected. I've entered here, it's then rejected, pushed straight back up, hovered in this area for a little bit, and then pushed straight back up, and as I said, on Monday at 7 or 6, whatever it was, it's hit stop loss. So basically, just after I put that video out last week, it hit stop loss. And then continued to go up even a little bit further. So that's why you have your risk reward, and that's why you set your risk at whatever percentage you want, which I decided to go more on this one and do 4% instead of 2, because I thought I was so adamant with the trade playing out the way it should have in my head. Obviously it didn't, but that's why you have to stick to your strategy and your trading plan. My trading plan is to only risk 2%, and I broke that. So now I have to take responsibility for that, as you should take responsibility for your own mistakes instead of trying to push the blame on someone else. A big thing in trading that I've watched and read is that you need to take responsibility for your actions in trading, because at the end of the day, you're the one that pushes the button to sell or to buy. So you have to take responsibility for these things. So yeah, not great. Completely opposite of what I was hoping for. So it left me in a pretty down mood, especially seeing I was ill as well, as I've said. So there we are. So I think, yeah, it's ricocheted back off this rejection line to the upside, and that is my only reasoning to why that's happened. But as I said, I probably got in too late or too early, because I got in on the second engulfing candlestick, which late. I didn't give it a chance to close to know whether it was going to carry on or not. And then I also got in too early, because I don't know if I allowed it to properly test that line or not. And as if I had, to a higher, so I was looking at the 4 hour, which is why I entered, because I saw it's there. But if I'd have been looking at the day time frame, I'd have not bought yet and waited till it touched here, which then obviously I wouldn't have entered because it'd have pushed back up. So yeah, it is what it is. We take it, it's a loss, but now we have to learn from it, and we've got to push forward. So let's have a look at these upcoming trades. Now this one's one I've showed the last couple of weeks, which I've been waiting ages to sell. So we'll move on from that. Forget that. Push the loss to a side. It's a loss. We risked that at 4%, and yeah, we're now here. So this is another head and shoulders. Shoulder, head, shoulder, which was waiting for this to see if it would form the second shoulder, the right shoulder. And as you can see, last week it started to drop down. So I'm going to be patient with this one and just see if it does. This is patient. This is weeks of waiting. Obviously, I caught it around, I think it was around here. So what was that? That was like 1st of October time. I've been waiting for this to come up to then come back down. So it's a few weeks I've been waiting. I think it will eventually end. It's had quite a steep decline. So if it does come back down, break through this. But this time I'll have a look for other areas of interest that it may rebound off, obviously. You live and you learn. There's a saying, isn't there? If you get burnt the first time, you always put gloves on the second time. You won't let your hand get burnt again. So I'll make sure I double check everything before entering the trade. So that's that one that I'm going to keep. I've just kept there just to keep an eye on. So these are ones that I'm actually looking at. So we have a potential bullish flag continuation pattern. So as you can see, steep incline, and then we've had this slow decline to the downside, which is kept roughly in these lines, and then slowly started. So it's reached this bottom here, and then it slowly started to go back up. So I'm waiting for, if we go down to 4 hour, I'm waiting for, so here's the lowest low, and then it pushes back up to a new higher high, and then a new higher low. So I'm waiting to see if it'll push back up above this higher high to to create a new higher high, and then whether it will come back down and create a new higher low, or whether it will come back below it. If it does come back down and doesn't create and creates a new higher low, then I'll be looking to enter the trade to the upside. So again, that's waiting, but I'm thinking in the next day or two that one's definitely going to be set up, hopefully nicely, for me to enter that trade. So then this is one I was looking at for a bearish continuation pattern. As you can see, a steep decline, and then it started to slow down. It started to go to the upside but slow down. But then I also noticed as well, when looking at the markets the last few days, it's created we look at it in a day time frame, it's created a double tops basically. So you've got up, touch this top here, come back down, then go back up again, create another top, and then come back down. So I will be waiting for this to break through this line of support, and then be looking to a sell position to carry on that bearish pattern to the downside. So definitely interested in this one as well, because it's created that double tops, which is a strong reversal pattern to the downside. So definitely going to keep an eye on this one to see if it does break through this and then pushes down. But like I say, I'm not what's happened before. I'm going to be looking for other areas of interest that it may come down to. So we've got like here, for instance, it's had a couple of touches here. So is it only going to come down to, let's say, that area, which then I'll be looking at my risk reward, maybe not going for as high a risk reward. My strategy or trading plan, so I go for a 1 to 2 or 2.5 risk reward, but at least a 1 to 2. In this instance, obviously, whether that creates a 1 to 2, I don't know, but I'll be keeping an eye on that definitely, especially if I enter the trade. I'll be keeping an eye on how low it's going to come and watching whether it will, if it does go to the downside, if it will rebound off this area of rejection or support, to the upside. So there's that one. Then on to the next. We had this is one I had last week and the week before, and I literally called it. I called it on not last week, the week before's video, and also on Instagram as well. So we've seen this one before, but we had a strong bullish market to the upside. We then had a double tops along with a significant candles which both opened and closed at the same point, which is a reversal pattern to the downside. It then came down. I was looking for it to break through this area of support, which it did, retest, which it did a little bit, and then push down. I missed this trade because I should have entered it here. As soon as I saw this, I should have entered it and I didn't. That's my fault because I've missed it for whatever reason. Then as I said previously, I've been looking at this price action trading, which is where you see you'll have a lower high, and then a lower low, a lower high, and then another lower high, another lower low, another high, lower high, and as it comes down, it keeps going up, down in this sort of form. So you can see it'll sort of start here and it'll come down, then come down, and not go as high again to create another lower high, then a new lower low, a new lower high, a new low. That's this sort of price action trading, and you catch these trades as they either come down, rebound back up to another area of interest to come back down again. So I thought I'll wait and be patient and see if we can catch it on the next downtrend. So I've been waiting, and as you can see, it closed higher than the last highest point. So now I'm watching to see if it will now push up to the upside again, to see if we then get a new higher low instead. So the next one won't come down as high. So get this. So now this is the current lowest low. So what I'm waiting for is for this to see if it comes down lower, or if it doesn't come down as low, and then pushes back up to create a new higher high, or as I said before, it'll come down lower, then create a newer lower low, and then come back up and create a new lower high, and then push down again. So there's two different ways that can play out, so I'm just going to keep my eye on that one over the next week. And then we have another bullish continuation flag, steep incline, which is then, I'll just double check, yeah, correct, bullish flag up, there it is, no, I got it there. A new bullish flag, which as you can see has come up and then started to slow down in a downtrend, and then I'm waiting for it to push back up. But as you can see here, I tried to create a little line graph. It's come down, it's reached this now lower low there, and then this gone back up to create a new lower high there, but then it's not, the next lower low has not come as low, so it's now a new lower higher low. So now I'm waiting for then, as you can see, the new higher high is now higher than the previous high. So I think this here is a reversal to the upside, which if we have a look, let me just go back, because I have it here somewhere, everything's written down. This here looks very similar to is it a dragonfly doji? I'm not 100% sure, but basically it's a push to the upside, and as you say, now we're looking at this price action where it's new high high, new high low, new high high. So I'm going to be looking now to see if this will come down as low as this low, and then if it doesn't and pushes back up again, then I'll be looking to, once it breaks out of this and breaks above the EMA line, I'll be then looking for a buy to the upside. So yes, it's I'm waiting patiently for that one as well. But these are ones that I'm looking at. I don't know if there's any more. This is we've got two here. So moving on, sorry. Here's another one which I'm going to keep an eye on as well for this week. Is we've got a potential double tops or triple tops, depends on if it comes back up and tests again. But also we've got a potential bullish rectangle where it's keeping it within these two areas of interest, support and rejection, which then will push to the upside. So I'm going to wait to see whether it's going to create another top to create a triple top and push back down and break through and go down to the downside, or if it's going to push back up, break through, retest and go up to the upside as a bullish rectangle. So that's definitely another one, that I'm going to be keeping on, because it's definitely could be a pretty good one to look out on. This is one I missed last week, which I mentioned in the last video. Again, my fault that I missed it. You've got to be looking at the markets not all the time, because you don't want to be sat. The idea of swing trading is that you're not looking 24/7, but you want to be at least looking at them in the morning and probably in the evening to see what's happened in the day, or keep an eye on them in the day at least. I mean, obviously I have a 9 to 5, so it's hard, but I will have a look in the morning, and then I'm looking at night to see what's happening for the next day, see how it's going to play out, to see if my trades are playing out, or to see if a trade is set up. So it's definitely, you need to be looking and watching. It's hard work. I've definitely not realised how much work you need to put into it, how much time you need to put into it. But I'm hopeful that these hours I'm putting in, late nights, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, let's say, that I've been doing, are going to have pay dividends in the end, and that I will become successful in trading, and that hopefully, you know, the hard work pays off. And I think it does take hard work. It's not you make your own luck by working hard. There is luck out there, but you have to work hard to get it, and you create your own luck by working hard, by getting into better positions financially. Whether that's to grow your network so that you're meeting new people, creating new opportunities for yourself, and that's what I'm trying to work on. You know, this trading is not only to better myself in trading, but also to obviously create a better life. I don't know how people can just sit there and want to just do a 9 to 5 for the rest of their life, 40 odd years. You know, I really don't. But I think that's because people don't understand they have to put the work in. They can't just roll over and let it go, like think it's going to come to you on a silver plate, because it's not. And I've soon come to realise that over the last year of trying different things. So yeah, that's where we're at the minute. And like I always have to say, it's not financial advice, so take your own risk. Because I'm not getting myself sued for telling you what to do. But yeah, go over to my Instagram. That's where I'll be posting any trades that I take, etc., or any updates on trades. So go check that out. That's Callum FX underscore or Callum underscore FX, whichever way it is round. I'll leave it down below. So yeah, go check that out. Go check my other videos out as well. Tutorial Tuesday will be back this Tuesday. I'm better now, so I'm definitely going to be doing that one. And then yeah, I'll try and give updates throughout the week as well on my Instagram. So that's why I say go check that out. And hopefully we can do more videos in the future. But at the minute, we're just keeping it to 2. So hopefully you're enjoying these videos. Please leave a comment and let me know if you have got any ideas for what I can do, or if I can, how I can improve my trading, how I can improve my YouTube videos, because obviously I'm still fresh to this, still learning, getting confident with talking to the camera. Definitely is a big thing for me. And yeah, like and subscribe, because it's a big thing. When you get a notification say that someone's liked your video or subscribed to your channel, it's quite nice, and it's quite gives you a bit of confidence. So yeah, go hit subscribe and like the video, and I will see you in the next video, where hopefully we'll have another trade in profit, or at least running in profit. And go check out Tutorial Tuesday on Tuesday night, when I will release that. So yeah, go have a good week. Go learn something new, work hard. Don't be a slave to the matrix, as some people say, but don't be a slave. Work hard, learn a new skill, and become a better person. So yeah, I'll see you in the next.